All right, there we go. We're gonna cross our fingers. I tell
Hopefully
you.
this is, I think I see it on your page, but.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and act like it is.
Okie
Good,
doke.
good evening, everyone. As Cheryl and I are back with you this month, and we are excited. Aren't we excited, Cheryl?
I'm very excited.
This is one of our favorite topics.
Yes.
And last month we talked about, what did we talk about last month? Oh, whether or not to niche.
The niche, yep.
And this month we're going to talk about that back office, setting up those systems that we all need to manage our business. So, Cheryl, why do you feel that a back office system is so important?
Well, and it's funny, I just talked about this in one of my lunch and learns as well. But having a system for the different parts of your business is what's going to help you to, first of all, make sure everything's getting done the way it's supposed to get done. But secondly, it's going to save you time. It's going to save you money. It's going to give your clients a better experience with you and give you a better experience in your own business, being more organized and not, doing everything manually all the time, which can really add up to a lot of time, frustration, and, just not getting things done.
And, I was talking with another one of my coaches the other day, and he said, a lot of times folks want to know how to find more clients. And I said to him, I really think that it's not that they're afraid to find new clients. They're not confident in their business systems enough to speak that way. So they don't show up confident about how they're going to support the people. But when you've got a great business support system in place, that's one less thing you have to be worried about. Yeah. And when you talk with a potential client, you can let them know how at ease they can be, how confident they can be that their information is secure, that, that nothing's going to fall through the cracks, that you've got them. And I think a great system helps you to do that. Yeah,
I agree. Absolutely.
So today, Cheryl and I, we said we're going to share 3 vital systems for coaches, but we really have 4. So you just have to excuse us. We lost count, got a little carried away, but we absolutely think it'll be worth your time to hang out with us for the next few moments as we go over these systems, because we want to save you time and money so that you can get your back end set up, whether it's you do it or you have a VA do it, but you got to have a system. We want you to stop winging it and stop piecemealing it. And by the end of today, you should know the 4 systems you need and which ones you need to go research and choose.
Yep.
All right.
I did.
So if you want to come over into the Zoom room and join Cheryl and I, you can come on over. The Zoom link is at the bottom here. You can come on into the room and ask us questions live, and then we can talk back to you, because you know how difficult it is to do it on Facebook Live. Okay. So we're going to add that feature in this month and next month. So Cheryl, how do you feel about we're going to start at the end? Now I want to give you first dibs to explain what that means. She's like, I don't know, you came up with it.
Well, the thing is that we have to look at the end result, right? What is it that we're trying to accomplish? What are the processes that we have to take clients through or ourselves through? And in order to do that, we have to look at the end result. That's what I'm getting from that. And then work backwards, right? So here's what we want the client to be able to be onboarded. We want them to be automated. We want the contact that we have with our clients to be automated as much as possible, of course. And then we want to be able to have our tasks that we have to do, on a regular basis. We want that to be automated to the point where, as much as possible as that can be, to the point where we build those habits and we get into the groove of it, and we have a system that helps us to remind us to follow through on it. And that's what I get from starting at the end.
You are so right. So one of the things that it's kind of like, think of the client experience. And think of, as you mentioned earlier, the client experience. You want them to have this awesome experience. So you want to make sure you pick systems that are going to deliver that for you. And you want to pick systems that are easy to maintain. And that means either it's included in the purchase or it's easy enough to learn that you can do it yourself. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't get these convoluted, there are some convoluted systems out there that even a VA, such with my experience, I run away from them. I'm like, oh no, we're not doing that. There's too many layers, you know. I want my clients to be empowered enough to feel comfortable managing their system if something were to happen to me, or, you know, it's the middle of the night and they need something done. They know Kim Gray ain't getting out of bed to handle that. So I try and teach them enough so they can be dangerous. So these are the 4 basic systems we think every coach needs. Even, not even coaches, just everybody.
Entrepreneurs, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it really does speak to everybody. Everything we're talking about in these 3, in this series really can go for either.
I think so too. If you're going to be online, if you're going to be an online business owner, the things we talk about can cross all those barriers.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these one at a time and talk about some of the most popular ones that are out there. But really, what is it you want your system to do so that it works for your business where you are today and you can grow into it later? So let's start off with the customer management system. And I'm just a Coach's Console baby, been there since the beginning, and, you know, have seen it grow into this amazing monster, so to speak. But it's the bomb diggity as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. One-stop shop. And again, you don't even have to be a coach. You can be an entrepreneur and use the system as well. It's just one stop from beginning to end for your clients.
And all the things that we have listed here, your customer management system should do for you. These are all the things the Coach's Console does, plus more. All right. So even if at a basic level, your system needs to be able to manage your client information. It needs to have some kind of templates that work for coaches or for your particular business model. Whether it's agreements or forms or something of that sort. They should have something that you can tap into. They should be able to invoice and bill and have an integrated calendar. It should be able to integrate with PayPal or some merchant account so that you can get paid through that system.
Yeah.
And because here's the thing, you don't want to manage credit card information in your computer.
Right.
Like authorize.net and all, they're very strict about that. You're not supposed to, and we used to, but they say, no, if you should not manage or hold on to people's credit card information, it should be managed through your gateway or something of that sort. So if you have credit card authorization forms, you can have those forms, just don't have the credit card information on them.
Right. Or discard them. I mean, which is a pain because then that means every month you're taking credit card information.
Well, if you have the right system, like a merchant account, you can process it. It will allow you to process that next payment without having to contact your client again. So if PayPal, you can't do it that way, but if you set it up for recurring payments with PayPal, it will happen automatically and you don't need the credit card. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
You also want your customer management system or your CMS or CMR, or whatever you want to call it, CRM, CMS. You want your clients to be able to set appointments on their own with or without you. Again, we want all of this to be automated. And you want some way of contacting them through your system. So email is fine, but when you can keep all that client information in one place, then you don't have to worry about missing emails or trying to find an email. And
right.
if you, right? So
or confidentiality as well. Just having that information laying around versus having it into a secure system.
Yes. And not all the systems do that. So you have to know what you're looking for and be able to ask, does it do this? Okay. And if it doesn't, then that means you're going to have to do something extra to fill in that gap.
Yeah.
And when you make appointments, when your system makes appointments, you want to make sure that it will send reminders for you. Send reminders to your clients so they show up for their call.
Yeah. So I like the appointment feature is actually the main reason that I got Coaches Console to begin with, because it's really difficult and frustrating to try to set appointments through email. I mean, it's just, and I did it for so long. And then, you know, there's other free ones out there. They're freestanding. So like Calendly or Acuity, those type of things. But even then, it's not part of an overall system. It's a piece here for calendar, a piece here for your forms or your contracts, a piece here to keep notes and interact with your client. And it just got to be craziness. So I said, you know what? That calendar is what pushed it over and said, let me get Coaches Console.
Because you already understood the frustration around keeping things together.
Yeah.
And the worst thing we want to do is show up to our clients like, you know, we're unorganized. And if we're coaches and supposed to be helping people make this transformation into a better place in their life, we really need to have that good place in ourselves. Right.
It's hard to, you know, we have to be authentic. We have to be intentional, true to ourselves and true to our clients. So if we're helping them to get organized and be more productive and, you know, reach their goals, we definitely have to have that behind us as well.
Wonderful. All right.
The other thing for the client management system is the, let me see, so you have the notification. Oh yeah, so it's the interaction between the clients. We can keep the notes and the clients can respond back in there, and then we can also upload forms. So like me, if I review something for my client, I'm just like upload it into the system. I don't have to have that paper. I don't have to keep it in a separate file on my computer. It's attached to the notes for that day. I can go in and look at it at any time. And you can upload almost any kind of a document right into the client's notes. And I think that's an awesome perk as well. Keeps you more organized.
And I love the call strategy form that when we have an appointment scheduled, that the form is already ready for them to fill out before the call so that I can have an idea of what we're going to be discussing and kind of keep us laser focused if I can get them to fill out the call strategy form. But it's there anyway.
It's there if they want to use it.
That's right. We have to learn how to train our customers to use the systems that we have in place. And if we're not comfortable with it, we can't train them how to use it either. So,
right.
Okay. You want to move on?
Yeah, I just want to say really quickly that there are a ton of systems out there, right? I mean, there's just a ton of them. And that you really do want to look for these main areas. But, you know, pricing is going to be, it might be an obstacle, but it's going to be an issue. It could be an issue, but it's going to be something you have to take into consideration. And go ahead.
No, go ahead. Don't let me get on my soapbox about cost.
Well, here's the thing, right? You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your business.
And it's a write-off.
And it's a write-off, right? You get to deduct it. But you know, I see that, especially the new coaches that I help and deal with in the school as well. We just look at, you know, they're just looking at, well, I can't afford that. You know, I need to have like 10 clients before I can afford that. Well, no, get one client, let them pay for your systems, and then you're set up and you can easily onboard anybody else coming in.
Thank you. Because if you have one client paying you $500 a month, you can afford the Coaches Console.
That's right.
And if you don't have an organized system, you're not going to get the right clients. You're not going to show up as professionally as you want to. People are going to think you're a nickel and dime operation, and they're going to go somewhere else. Trust me when I tell you.
Yeah.
So, make the investment. And all these other systems we're going to tell you about is because you don't have the Coaches Console. So watch this. Okay, wait, I think we have a question. Oh, hold on.
How hard is it to transition from one system to another? So if you start with a free system, can you move over to, oh yeah, you can. And what I like to tell my clients is that, you know, if you're using free systems, once you get, you know, 5 tops clients, make that transition. Any more than 5, it's going to be hard to make the transition.
Especially, however, if you have a lot of forms and documents going on.
Yeah, and assessments and, you know, whatever tools you're using in your coaching business, Again, you can use in a system like Coach's Console, and it's all automated and it's all kept in there for you. While when you're doing a free system, usually it's not organized. So you're having all that organization to do manually. So up until 5 clients, I would say definitely anything over that you need to move over. And it'll be a little bit of I think a little bit of a transition. It might be a little bit stressful, but once it's done, easy as, can you transfer the data? Oh, for the current clients, yes. I mean, you can set it up for current clients already going. You just upload all the paper forms that you're using now for those 5 clients, and then just set up to go forward. As far as payments, that's where you might have to look at how to transfer over the if you want to automatically bill them. I don't know, Kim might be able to talk more to that.
So you're saying if you want to integrate your PayPal or your merchant account with your Coach's Console, it's really simple and easy to do. So whatever you've done with them up to that point, you can transfer their information into your console, and then, but any forms, you could turn them into PDFs and upload them into their client account, right? So you could have it there. And then any payments, if you wanted to keep a history of payments, you could generate their invoices and just generate the invoice without resending it. And then you can document it as paid in your Coach's Console. So it would be easy. And I agree with Cheryl. 5, if you're managing 5 clients and moving them over, that's a lot to do for moving 5 people over. So I would say, yeah, that's a good number. The other thing I want you to keep in mind is if you are thinking about, should I do a website? Or, most coaches get hung up on this whole website, and the Coach's Console gives you one. It comes with it. It's like, it's enough to get you going. So if you're going to spend $1,500 on a website, I'm saying take that money and invest it in a good system that already gives you a web interface so that you can drive traffic somewhere until you can afford to get the website you really want. The web face you get with the console is adequate for a new coach. Yeah, and you can move on to a marketing website later. But right now, you need some place to send clients or prospects so you can generate money. Okay, off my soapbox.
Thank you, Melissa. Good question. She said we're great and thanked us. You're most welcome.
You're all welcome. All right, so our next success system is the email management system. And again, if you have the Coach's Console, all of these things are inside there. If you don't use that system yet, then you know these names: Aweber, MailChimp, iContact, and Constant Contact. Constant Contact is still around. Is iContact still around?
I don't know about iContact, but they have GetResponse now, which is is growing. And then once you scale up Infusionsoft, I won't recommend that for new coaches, but yeah, I think GetResponse is really picking up and has a really good foundation, and has different levels, so you're not really spending a whole lot in the beginning.
So does GetResponse have a CRM?
It does, but I don't know the extent of it personally.
Okay. So when you have your email management system, no matter where it is, you want it to be able to allow you to have opt-in boxes, as many as you need. Yep. You want an opt-in box for every campaign or promotion that you have running. You don't need one opt-in for your whole business. That's crazy. I can't remember who did that, and I had to leave them. But you want to be able to have them, as many as you need. With each of those, you want to be able to have autoresponders and broadcast messaging out to those who opted in.
Let me just jump right in here. Just for those, because the language sometimes doesn't cross over, right, for new coaches. So I just want to make sure everybody knows what we're talking about.
Okay.
Opt-in boxes are when you're giving away your freebie, right? There's something that you're giving to your audience in exchange for their email and their name, and they go onto your mailing list. So the opt-in boxes are the little boxes where you say enter name, enter email address, right? And then it follows through with, it puts them on your list, and it follows through with delivering whatever that product is that that you have for the opt-in. And
that's the autoresponder.
That's the autoresponder part.
Yep. And the autoresponder delivers what they opted in for, and you should have 4 more autoresponder messages after that initial one. So don't just stop at 1. Create 5 total at least, because if you want people to make a decision to do anything more after they get that freebie, you're going to have to touch them a few more times.
Yeah, so you're building the autoresponders are also to build relationships and to continue those relationships. So the new person that signs up, at least those 5 emails that are automatic, goes out, tells a little bit about the product that you're sending, tells a little bit about what you do, and an introduction type sequence is what you're sending out there for those autoresponders. And then you'll be doing things like campaigns for products that you launch, coaching services, programs, what have you.
And that'll be a different session that we'll do sometime later.
Yes.
You need a whole session for autoresponders.
That's right.
So you want to make sure that your email management system allows you, it's not that you're sending email like, hey, John wanted to get in touch with you. The email management we're talking about is for those that helps you to capture leads, generate leads, follow up and follow through with those who gave you their name and their email. So that's the kind of email management system we're talking about here.
Yeah. And also it's the autoresponders and broadcasts are just standalone kind of emails that you send out, but all of them in any of these email management systems will give you data, which is very important. We need the statistics, we need the data of who's opening our emails, who's reading them, who's clicking on the links, who is interacting with us. And if we're sending out say low cost test items to see who our buyers are, we want to get the information on those. Really important that we get this information, and all these will provide that for you as well.
Now here's one, you want to be able to have HTML or text templates, and people have those really nice looking newsletters that go out. Well, in the Coaches Console, not so much. But if you have a MailChimp, which is free, you can go into MailChimp, set up your fancy dancy template, copy that HTML and put it into your Coaches Console, and it comes out perfect. So I'm just saying. And so you want those forms for your opt-in. You want to be able to not only capture their name, but what is that piece that goes around it that's really exciting and inviting. So that's what you want your system to do, all of that too. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
Do we got any questions from Melissa?
Yep, I think she's good for now.
Okay. All right, great. So our next system, were you ready, is product management. So what do you think about this one?
Okay, so I'm going to just throw this out there. She's taking it all in, is what Melissa said. So project management system, I will say that I use Asana.
Okay.
Because it has different levels. It has a free version, and then it has a small business version, and then it has an all-out version as well. And it does a ton of different things for you. You can do anything in there. You can even, I'm just going to sneak this in there, you can even use it for onboarding clients until ramping up to that 5 clients before you get into a system. You can use Asana to organize all that for you. So that's where I'm at with project management systems.
I think well, of course I put my products through my console, but I use authorize.net. So so that's the gateway, payment gateway underneath the shopping cart, and direct pay is authorize.net. And that way I don't have this whole shopping cart piece. I don't really have upsells and discount codes. So I just use it through the console, and it's good enough for me for my coaching packages. And I have my merchant account tied in with my PayPal, so they can have a choice.
Now, are you using the Coaches Console shopping cart?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so we have the shopping cart that we can use through Coaches Console, which also handles courses and stuff, but we won't talk about that today. But also PayPal has a shopping cart feature. So if you already have PayPal, you can, oh, it's Melissa Dawn. Okay, so I know who this is. I didn't realize who it was. So she watched the Lunch and Learn about Asana. But anyway, yeah, so the shopping cart through PayPal is very easy to use and integrate as well. I've never used Direct Pay or One Shopping Cart, but I have used the PayPal one and the Coaches Console one.
Yes. So if you want to get paid, you need a way to manage the money and again, we're talking about the client experience. So you want it to be as seamless for your clients when they hit pay that it takes them where they can go and enter their information and make their purchase. And then once they make their purchase, your client management system needs to take over and give them that welcome message and the orientation steps and what forms you want them to fill out and the agreement you want them to review. See, so it all needs to come together, and that's why I love my Coaches Console, because once they hit pay, I know it's like magic. It takes a little bit of time to set it up, but it's not a lot of time. But once you set it, you can forget it and keep it moving.
Yeah. And the great thing about Coaches Console is it does have a ton of videos and tutorials and a Facebook group that you can ask questions in. I mean, and their customer service, support, they reply, quickly, and they help you do just about everything.
And the Tuesday at 2.
Yeah, and the Tuesday at 2 calls, you're right. And Melissa said WCI Yahoo. So we're all from WCI. I'm the training director there. And Kim just went through our program, and then Melissa just went through our program this year too. So very, very nice.
WCI rocks.
That's right.
And so here's our fourth system. We want to throw this one in there because it's really important as coaches, or even if you're an entrepreneur, you kind of want to have that face-to-face, so to speak. And when we work with clients all over the world, we can't always be in the office with them, but we can do it virtually. And this adds another layer of that client experience. And it's funny because my clients, I can't see you on the video. I'm like, really? I got to comb my hair. So now I got to comb my hair every day, put my lipstick on because they want to see my face.
Right? We have to show up for what we want. And we're on Zoom now, right? So Zoom makes us show up. And I love it. I mean, I'll be totally honest. Like, I have not sweatpants, but workout pants on underneath this shirt. So I do get to still be comfortable, but still show up.
Yep. And it's something about putting on a little bit of lipstick and combing your hair. You just feel a little more professional anyway. So that's fine. But remember, with freeconferencecall.com was the thing to do. 10 years ago, right? Everybody had freeconferencecall.com. And then we went to GoToWebinar. And then we went to GoToMeeting. And everybody said, I'm not paying that much every month.
Yeah.
So that's why we love Zoom.
And, WebEx, too. WebEx is great.
WebEx is a good one. And then there was another one. So whatever you pick, you want to make sure that your clients can easily get online with it. If it's too cumbersome for them, they will not use it.
Right.
You want to be able to record and have the access to the recording where you get the links to the recording or the video is available. You also want to be able to share screens if you work with documents, or you want to be able to walk a client through something. Sharing screens is invaluable. And you can't do that with instant teleseminar.
Yeah. And if you have a group program, you can run your groups right here on Zoom. You can put your materials right up on the screen. Masterminds, I use it for all the mastermind, my Master Your Coaching Biz Bootcamp, all of it's done on Zoom, sharing screens. And I think, I used to use what was the other one I talked about before we went live?
I don't remember.
Skype. I used to use Skype. Yeah. And it is an inexpensive system, but it definitely does not have the tools that Zoom does.
Yeah, I use Skype a lot too. And I love the freedom and the features that Zoom offers. Mm-hmm. And I love that if I want to do Facebook Live like we're doing today, you can upgrade your Zoom account to a webinar account, and then you can do Facebook Lives, and then you can record them through your Zoom. Or I could just do regular Facebook Lives without Zoom, but I love doing it with Zoom because then I can record it and repurpose it for something later on.
Yeah. I do want to just say real quick that those listening, because I don't want to leave anything undone, if you are recording coaching sessions, you need to make sure that you have client's permission and that you're not keeping them past 60 days is usually the norm.
Yes.
For purposes.
And if I record it for my client, I say to them, I'm going to send you the link and I need you to download it because in 30 days, I'm taking it off the system. Yeah. If you don't, you get charged for using that space anyway.
True.
Yeah.
And it's not good, and it's just not good business really to keep it. But I just wanted to throw that out there in case there's new coaches listening that don't know that.
That's good. That's good. All right. So does Melissa is there any other questions there?
She just said, you guys inspire me, having all these lives or watching the replays. All this makes me feel like I can do this. You absolutely can do it.
You can, and we're introverts, right? And so the Facebook Live was just first you do the first one and you go and you just practice, right? Do it in a small group where nobody can see you, and then you come back and you can try it again. It's like so fun. I just love it.
I don't believe you're an introvert, Kim.
I know, right? But you should see me in a crowded room. I'm sitting over in the corner eating me some food. Well, Cheryl has a gift for you today, and it's your no-nonsense guide to getting started with video marketing. And so, Cheryl, tell us the intent behind this gift.
So, video right now is the thing to do, right? It's getting the higher numbers, higher hits off of Facebook. It's even now being LinkedIn used to be. Don't really do videos on LinkedIn, but now they're pushing that on LinkedIn because they're seeing more engagement with videos. And a lot of people feel intimidated, and even a Facebook Live is a video, right? So where do I start? What do I need? What do I do? That's basically what this is. It's a very simple, step-by-step, no filler, no fluff, just there you go. This is how you do it to get started.
Great. So you can go to successfulcoaches.com/gifts/your no nonsense guide video marketing.pdf.
That's a big long link.
That's all right. We'll get it. And then, or you could go simply to mine and get.
Just go to helpmegetitdone.com.
Helpmegetitdone.com and download my gift, which is the 5 insightful ways for introvert coaches to increase their marketing savvy. And inside is some amazing articles, and one that I really love is 23 ways to tell if you're an introvert. So you got to get it just to be able to see if you're an introvert, and if you are, now you can explain to everybody else what that means. So go ahead and have some fun. There's some great things in there. And as we wrap up, I just want to invite you that if you're an introvert coach or an introvert VA and you want to increase your marketing savvy, come on over and join my free Facebook group called Help Me Get It Done, of course. Help Me Get It Done in Facebook, and we'll help you tackle those marketing monsters. Cheryl, don't you have a group folks can join?
I do. Well, my page is Successful Coaches, and then my group is Master Your Coaching Business.
Master Your Coaching Business. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So that's it for that we have for today. This has been really fun. Cheryl, you got any closing words?
Just, you guys can do it. You just have to be organized and just, don't go here, and here. That red shiny object syndrome, and just make a plan and follow through. That's my advice to new coaches.
And my advice would be get one, stick with it, and learn it inside and out before you go to something else, because you'll waste money and time trying to learn every system that's out there. Find one that'll work for you, commit to it, learn it inside and out, and use it successfully for your business growth. All right, that's all we have for today. And we will see you all next month. And thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Thank
Thanks.
you, Melissa. You're welcome. Bye-bye.